Hey guys, I'm Matt. I'm the pastor here at Triad Adventist Fellowship. Thanks for tuning in. I hope this message is an encouragement to you, and welcome home. Last video we talked about hope. Well, today I want to continue that conversation about hope, but I want to dial in a little bit on hope as children of God. Because general people have hope, but as children of God, we have a special kind of hope. And some people think that as Christians, you don't have any hopelessness in your life, that all things are great, that there are no problems with your life. But Christians can lose hope just like anyone else. We're not immune to hopelessness. And in fact, I want to talk about Paul, the great New Testament author, wrote 2/3 of the New Testament, probably the greatest church planter ever. I want to talk about a time when Paul lost hope. You could probably even say he may have been suicidal, which some people would struggle with, but when you hear what he says, it fits. He says that he was in a situation where he had no strength left, where he had nothing left in the tank, and he felt like he had been sentenced to death. As an attorney, that death sentence is the ultimate punishment, and that's where Paul found himself. He was hopeless. He was hoping to die. He said, I felt like I've been sentenced to death. He had no hope left. He certainly could have given up, and quite frankly, it may have been easier for him to give up, but he didn't. Because he came to the realization that it's at that very moment when you feel that you have no hope, when the tank is empty, it's at that very moment when you must surrender to the resurrection power of God. And I love how he talks about resurrection power because, again, he felt like he had been sentenced to death, so he needed God to resurrect him, to give him life again. And God did, in fact, rescue him. Because with God, there is no such thing as impossible. Nothing is impossible with God. It also reminds me of a story from the Old Testament, King Jehoshaphat, king of Israel, one of God's favored nations. There was a time when King Jehoshaphat, all the nations around ganged up. All the nations said, we're going to go attack Israel. And Jehoshaphat looked at the numbers, saw how many people they had, saw the weapons that they had, and he knew he couldn't win. Jehoshaphat realized it was a hopeless battle, but he gathered all of the people and he prayed in front of the people, and he prayed to God, and he said, God, I'm powerless. He said, I don't know what to do. Now imagine a leader, imagine a president, a CEO of a company gathering all of the employees together and saying, God, I don't know what to do, y'all. It's certainly not something we expect most leaders to do, but Jehoshaphat ended with, God, we need your help. And just like with Paul, God rescued them. You see, when we believe that God will rescue us, it does three things for us. And not only for us, but for those who are watching our situation. Because we have to realize there are people that are watching what we're going through. And when life seems hopeless for us, there are people that will watch our response. And there's three things that when we believe that God will rescue us, three things that it will do for us and those watching. Number one, it will give us hope. That's what we've been talking about these past two videos. Number two, it will give us endurance. And number three, it'll give us patience. Now, patience and endurance, I'm going to spend some time on those two, and they're kind of two sides of the same coin. There are three Greek words for endurance and patience. Now, I'm no Greek scholar. I'm probably going to butcher how you pronounce this, but there are three Greek words. The first one is macrothumia, and it talks about being patient with respect to people. We all have those people that punch our buttons, that we need that extra dose of patience to deal with. The second Greek word is hupomone, and it talks about patience with respect to things and situations. So macrothumia and hupomone are kind of one dealing with people or things and situations. But I want to look at the third Greek word. It's hupomeno. and it means to wait for something. And it depicts a person who knows that she is in the right, that she is standing on solid ground theologically, morally, that she's in the right place. But regardless of what this world's going to throw at her, regardless of what Satan will throw at her, she will not break under pressure. She will stand firm. That's endurance. That's patience. That's hupomeno. It's standing firm, not giving up, knowing that God will provide. It's not if we will win, but when will we win. It's a confidence, it's an assurance that God will rescue us. See, patience and endurance grows in the midst of trials. In fact, it grows the most in the midst of trials. When things are great and everything's going well, we generally don't grow in patience and endurance because we ignore it. But when those trials come, when those doors are closed one after another and darkness is covering us over, that is when our patience, that's when our endurance grows. See, as Christians, we need to know there will be storms. We're not told that there won't be. In fact, we're told that there will be storms. When we commit our life to Christ, those storms will grow and grow. So there will be storms, and you will want to give up. That's normal. There's nothing wrong with that, but we need to know, we need to have that assurance that we can endure. We can have that endurance. We can endure because God has not forgotten us, and He has also not forsaken us. So I want to leave you again today with the same verse I left you with last week. May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you trust in Him, so that you may overflow with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit. So as those storms come your way, as the darkness sinks in, know that as a Christian, it will come. But as a Christian, we can have endurance, we can have confidence, we can stand firm because God is with us. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, click below. You can also comment below. Subscribe to our channel and also hit that notification bell so you'll know whenever we post a new video. Again, hope it was an encouragement, and welcome home.